Welcome back. Welcome back. What are we doing? So yeah, it is Tuesday night. Yeah. Mrs. Piper Doug did the run up the road. I finally got word from Chris up there at Shoal Lake Farm Equipment. Hey Chris. They were good enough to get my bushes all in. Fun fact, I had said to Chris when we bought the 8775 that runs this loader, the orange turd, it came with a big workshop book, like a big folder. And I said in the transmission section and hydraulics, there was a lot of writing, a lot of pressures were written into it. And he says, you know what, if you can bring that book up here, that might save us a lot of diagnostics time, and it might actually save a lot of money time. And I'm all about that. So Mrs. Piper Doug took the book up and brought the bushes back. So we're gonna get these installed in these parts, and then we'll get the pins fired back into these, and then tomorrow's job will be load these up, get them gone, come in here, scoop this up, get it gone, and then yeah, I'll probably move some stuff around. Then we can actually maybe look at bringing that silage chopper in. Kind of nice to start picking away at that, because the ulterior jobs, like I said in the video you just watched, actually I'm having a visual migraine, that's weird, it's all jiggy jaggies, I'll start bringing the tarps in from the concrete and laying them out to dry out like we did with this one. So just gonna fire these in and I'll bring you back. Gonna do some sketchy stuff, gonna do some sketchy stuff, gonna do some sketchy stuff, simmer down, simmer down. I'm left it by the hookup points, but woo! Yeah. I'll bring you back when she blows up. I gotta go out the door. No. Press the button for me. Alright. Thank you. Okay, I'm just I need all three of my hands. Okay. We haven't lost any soldiers yet. Uh-oh. That was close. I didn't realize. I'd just gone into a dip at the front of the tracks and dipped down, and that's why the legs are now digging and dang it. Brought you back too soon. Nick, you'll put me off there. Aww. Just don't want that coming flying in the cab with me. This is where not even having a door would save you. There we go. See, now it's high. Just going through that trench, because that's what drains. See, my master plans are all coming into fruition. See, that bale, that tank's gone, and then start building the feed rail. All that steel's gonna start going, to start getting tidied around here, and then I'll bring some more stuff in, and then I'll be messy again. Yeah. Let's all look at the irony here. I am moving a loader with a loader. I know. I was tested. bushings. They got a wee skiff when I put them in, and then I greased the ever-loving bejesus out of them. So I'm going to find somewhere to dump this off so that when the orange bugger comes back, we can hook it up again. Somewhere easy that even if we do get a mountain of snow, I can get it dug out and put somewhere. But I gotta put it somewhere that's not going to be in the way, because that's a silage chopper. It's going in there hopefully today. So yeah, this is glacial. You guys don't hang around for this unless I get stabbed through the head with a loader bracket. And there's maybe some of you that might think that was entertaining, but anyway. There you have her. Let's get to the choppa. I had to do it. You know I had to. At some point, we had to pull out the Schwarzenegger. So, what's the story, Piper Doug? Okay, so this chopper is almost as old as I am. If you all know what an 880 New Holland is, give you where is it? Give you the best indicator to know how old is it? Would be that. This is back when Sperry Rand were still putting their brand on as New Holland took over. So this is, I think it's a 78. I'll dig into this stuff more. Like I said, I've never actually gone right into the soup and the nuts of this. I went quickly over with it when over on it when I picked it up. I bought this from a Hutterite colony, and those on the prairies would be going, what? If a Hutterite colony was done with it, what on earth were you buying that from them for? Because typically if a Hutterite colony is done with it, it's done. No, they'd actually taken it on a trade for a bigger chopper and a high dump, and they got this. And according to the guy, and ironically enough, he is actually subscribed to this channel. I know a lot of people find that hard to believe that Hutterites are on YouTube, but it's actually a very good educational tool. So yeah, they're on there, and believe you me, a lot of these Hutterite colonies, they are high tech. They are higher tech than a lot of farmers, normal farmers, because it's a lot of Hutterite farmers. Anyway, so I paid 600 bucks. Me and Mrs. Piper Doug paid 600 bucks for this. We've had it since the year that the other farm sold. We went and bought this cash. They had a plow that I was interested in, but the plow they had didn't have coulters on it, and I think it already sold now. So, but one of the reasons that I really like the look of this, and if you all know about choppers or balers, you all know what I'm looking at. Look at that. Now, you all know about balers, you know what that means. This thing has not been run into rocks. Now take a look at this. There is not a nick on that flighting. And then look at that for a feeder drum. Now either this has been rebuilt at some point, or that is the straightest feeder drum on a 40-year-old chopper you'll ever see. And that's why at 600 bucks, I could get more than that for scrap metal on it. But like the guy said, and I wish I could remember his name. If I find out, I'll put it in, because he was a super nice guy. Holy gosh, their colony is so up to date, like solar panels. They make construction steel. They are like, holy moly. They've got all of the bells and whistles. So he was very forthcoming on everything. He said they've never touched it. They never did a thing to it. They haven't a clue, he said. So going over it, I know. All the chains will have to get done. Probably most of the bearings. I don't know if there's any belts on this one. I know there was belts on the newer one because we used to have a newer, there's one down there. And we used to have a newer one. Dang it, I'll have to try and remember what one it was. So there's belt pulley there. But yeah, so pretty well all the chains. There's only a set of hoses to the pickup head. And for now, all we're going to be using is the pickup head because we're going to be doing just alfalfa silage or green crop silage if we need to. Like oats or peas and oats or barley or whatever. We could do one of those multi-species crops like what BCP did. The one thing that I do know, it's got some rash around it. The one thing that I know that I'm going to have to get into is this. It's been extended at some point, so I'm going to have to either take that out and put it back down to where it belongs, because I don't think I'm going to need this extra height. So at some point I'll take off the chute and set it back down and take that extension off of it, because I think this was pretty much just for either putting into trucks or high dumps. And at this point we're not using a high dump. I have a trailer, and if I think on it I'll put a picture, because that's going to be another part, is extending the trailer at some point too. So I know that door is missing and I know that door is missing, but that's not a big problem. So basically the spout tip needs to be replaced, and the pivot, which can either be hydraulic, or I know we have hydraulics, but I also have electric actuators. So I could convert this over to electric if needs be. So yeah, so look forward to that. I'm looking forward to it because I love chopping. Used to do it. I think I'll put a picture in. That was the old chopper that we had. Yes, chopper and high dump. So we're gonna start stuck in this for the next few nights, so that'll be cool. Let's get on. Well, isn't that an ominous dark hole? That, I don't think, that's not like see-through, is it? No, it's not. So, stick your hand in there. I'm pretty sure they didn't choke it 10 years ago or whatever the heck it was the last time it was used, and that's still been there. Yeah, I think we had some critters. That's half a hay bale right there. I should take that out to the cows. So yeah, cleaned her out. So, upon investigations, I still have to run the serial number. This is between 1960 and 1970. So yeah, this is as old as I am. So I'm not really sure because it's a kind of an in-betweeny number. But as you can see, the bearings are all still good. I've turned it. I've got to shop back this out, clean it right out. Because as you can see, she's eaten some stones in her day. Stop it. Yeah. So the way this might not be. Just a minute. I'll bring you back. Okay. So how you figure this out is on the underside. If you can look up there, it's hard to tell. there's a raised edge. So there is actually a certain amount of this edge that's machine hardened. And you can feel it. It's like a 16th high on the underside. And that's your sharpening edge. And these chips, yeah, they're right to the limit. Like right there, we're out. We're out of the hardened front edge. So I don't know how much more I can sharpen out of that. So I'm gonna price out a set of blades. And from what I can tell, these are non-flippable because it's a flat back. Look there. So these, according to my measurements, these are 22¼ inch. So I don't know if that means this is a 22-inch chop or how that works. Or it says 22¼ So yeah, there's some crud in the bottom here, but so as far as I can tell, this is a 12 blade, I think. Yeah, it's a 12 blade chopper with a 22-inch chop. And as far as I can tell, the stone is still pretty good. Lots of stone left. One thing I noticed was the adjustable bolt for the shear bar is missing down there because it would thread inside that guy. So that's the bar that these blades cut against. So I'm going to have to pull that out to see if there's any damage to it, because it's the other part to this puzzle. Because if it's messed up, these aren't going to do any good either. But that is reversible. I know that for a fact because we changed the one that was in the other one. And I'm pretty sure the old one is actually still down at the metal pile that we took away from the other farm. So I will dig that out and make sure. But yeah, if there's anything that you do to these choppers to save you time and money on fuel and all of that jazz, is that you make sure your blades are good. The ironic part is, if you look at the bolt washer gap on the blades, and then you look at the chamfer, there's a weird thing going on there. I just noticed that. I don't want to stick my hand in there because I don't want it to roll forward and get me trapped to my death. So that one's weird too. So I don't know whether somebody's been in there and cut a weird angle on that. So I'm ordering the book for this because I don't have a book. But what we'll end up doing is we'll end up coming into the skid steer and pulling the header off, because I need to get into these rolls. What I did do on our last chopper was the feed rollers, because in there is the actual the feed rollers. I actually had instead of buying them, it was half the price to have a local metal shop build them, and made a really nice job. 6 degrees of Piper Dug land. Funny story, the chopper that's in our picture that I think I shared it, if not I'll share it again. The young lad that poured our concrete for us, his dad bought our chopper in High Dump. So they have it. I think it's a 792, which is the newer version of this. The reason it's a little bit bigger and the newer choppers are a little bit more effective, maybe is the best way to put it. Sorry about that, that was really loud. Shush! Yes, I know, I can't stop playing this stuff. Is that this is a chopper and throw. And for those that don't know much about choppers, is your PTO drives all of these gearboxes that feeds the stuff in at a certain rate. You set the rates by whatever gears you use. And then the actual chopper, the cylinder here, it's kind of like a combine. The cylinder is what throws it up the pipe. Whereas in our other one, the 792, I'm pretty sure it was. If not, I'll figure it out. It chops down onto an auger, and then here was a huge blower. And the blower sends it up the pipe into the trailer. Now they work the same. You can say one takes more horsepower, one that doesn't. What everybody says is, these ones you can hear for miles. These choppers, direct chops, yeah, apparently that that sound, you know, that exact sound, because that's the exact sound it makes. Yeah, apparently that sound, it travels. So, yeah. Anyway, waiting for these to dry out so I can sweep them, roll them up, tie them up, stack them away like that one, except that one's not ours. So yeah, nice to get that done. So, chopping. Okay, couldn't get all of the dirt out, but what we can do, oh yeah, I forgot those ones, is this toothbrush. Yeah, I know, it's ironic. Guy with as few teeth as I have using a toothbrush. Yeah, don't worry, the irony's not lost on me. So this is just diesel oil. So whenever I'm doing any jobs involved with fuel, I keep the dirty fuel in a tub or container, especially any kind of diesel and gasoline, and you mix it all together. I just noticed that. Why? There's a nut on one of these. Because, just so you know, that shouldn't be there. It should look like that. Because these bars are threaded. Obviously somebody has reefed the ever-loving bejesus out of that one. So yeah, that's, because as you all know, you can never have enough WD-40. And as you all know also, that you've got a 50-50 chance that that WD can is going to actually work itself. Because eventually you'll have one of those that just sort of detonates, and you can't, there's something down there, you can't get all of the stuff out of it. So I just get tired of it. I do have a can of that spray chain penetrant lube stuff, but that can also has started messing up. And because I'm not in a rush for this, this is particularly hard trying to do this through a camera. Like I said, I'm not in a particular rush for this, so I can let this soak away and come back to it, because it is Saturday night. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm wasting it. Ooh. So it's after supper and we're doing chores, You're going, well, Piper Doug, what on the earth are you doing chores after supper for? Well, as you will already know from previous clips, Christina, my daughter, our little car gets smashed by a deer, probably going to be totaled. So she has now inherited her mother's car, Mrs. Piper Doug's Hyundai Tucson, the one with the brand new motor. So we had lined up some vehicles to go and look at for Mrs. Piper Doug today. So the one we went to look at in Verdon, nice little machine, a couple of years old, got a few kilometers on it, but not very many. The dealership barely moved. Even though we were saying we were paying cash, no trade-in, they barely moved. And the next thing they're like, well, yeah, there's going to be extended warranty, but it doesn't cover all the powertrain for the whole warranty. And we're like, nah. And then it turns out the windshield was chipped and they weren't even going to replace it for free. So we drove to Brandon. Mrs. Piper Doug has bought herself a new car because for the price of these new South Korean Hyundai, it's called a Kona. I'm going to put a picture in. So this one is basically fresh off the train, not even registered yet for Canada. So they were doing that, so we don't have it home yet, but so yeah, we've spent the whole afternoon checking vehicles out, and finally the salesman said, take a look at this one. So, loved it. It's got all the pigs and whistles, as they say. So yeah, that's why we're now feeding in the dark. So Mrs. Piper Doug, and she was feeling bad for me, so she's been holding the gates for me. But I've got one more stop left to do, and that's the big crew out in the field, and I don't need our help to do that. So, okay, we'll bring you back when I'm back in the workshop for the wrap up. Okay. I know. It's been a long haul. So yeah, let's get this wrapped up. I've dragged it out long enough. Piece of information. I don't know if I told y'all. This oil cooler. So we're going to get it checked over. I might have told you this already. That little oil cooler is $800. Yeah. 800 schmackaroonies. Where's the guy? Where's the other guy? Like that was 500. AC condenser cooler scoopity doopty guy there. That thing? Yeah. How do you lose? Well, in this mess it's quite easy, apparently. The radiator, that's what I'm looking for. It's in here somewhere. The rad. It was 700. Now that was from AI, and Cubby tried darned as we could not get that little beggar there. Could not get it from AI, so he's got to get it from John Deere. So I said, I'll send away, get them to test it, see where we're at. I've got almost all the chains off of this, apart from this one. Problem I have with this one is it's tight. There's no tensioner. I don't know why it's so tight. Do it like a tight. Oh yeah, there's another one down there. Forgot about that one. Anyway, I can't get to that one until I take the header off. But this one here, yeah, I gotta get it off. The rest of them are off. I have soaked them in diesel. They're now up here to drip dry. And here's a funny one. There's still yellow paint on the header chains. So they're original chains to that header. Now I don't know if that header has been with this chopper its life. I haven't run, like I said, I haven't run the serial number to see if those ones jive up with the ones on this. But I think because they were inside the shield, they haven't aged as badly. So where have we got to? So, trying to get everything all sort of freed up so I can give a plan of attack. I got this thing freed up because it was not moving. It's still kind of stiff, but I think it's just something to do with the timing bar inside the shaft. Well, here's the funny part. That bolt's sheared off. That guy. And then all of the other ones broke. The nut, the welded nut on the inside, broke off from the inside of the tube, so they all spun out. So I have to cut them all, and then I'll have to redo that one. So that's fun. Not off to a good start. So then I figured I would change directions, because I've been soaking these buggers. So I started trying to undo these, and with the breaker bar, I managed to get one crack loose. And then, I don't know if you can make this out, that one decided to start trying to round off. That's not good. Yeah. The problem I have is my 3/4 inch socket sets, and I don't know, maybe y'all can answer this. Why is it that the heavy duty big beggar socket sets are 12 point? What in the gosh darn it do you need a 12 point socket when you're laying the hounds of hell to it? Why? It just makes it less likely to do the job. So, I normally use cordless impacts, but I don't have big cordless impacts. I had my 1/2 inch air impact, fired it up, and apparently something's gone wrong inside and it would not run. So I've dug out the old 3/4 inch. I've got a 1 inch over there, but I inherited that from my cameraman, Mark. Hi, Mark. But I don't have sockets for 1 inch. So I've got this one hooked up, and I know I've got it onto small fitting. But like I said, 12 point. So I don't know, is that normal for all 3/4 inch sockets to be 12 point instead of 6? So it's taking them out pretty slick like. Like I cracked one and then it took the other one out all by itself. So this big brute does the job. So I'll have to try and maybe put heat to that one and then get it going. I didn't realize, I started trying to undo this one. I forgot it's got a nut on the other side. So I've got to get around. So yeah, that's where that's at. That's at. So that's where the chopper's at. So we're digging further into that one. This is tarp number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's one still outside, and then that will be that done. The concrete will be unveiled, unwrapped. Good to go! Oh my gosh. So yeah, we'll get these limbered up and see what chains are any good, and if they need to be replaced, we'll replace them. Hopefully we don't have to do anything with these ones, because I know these ones are hard to find. These long links. Anyway, so thank you for watching, everybody. Sorry it's very discombobulated. It's been quite the week, and yes, Christina was perfectly fine. She wasn't having any residual bruising or whiplash or anything like that. She's perfectly fine. The car is jiggered. It left today, weirdly enough, because the insurance said they would come and get it the next morning. They never did. So they came and got it today, so we probably won't hear back for a while, because apparently they're quite logged back. Logged back. Or that one. Oh my gosh, it's late. It's been a long day. Anyway. So, oh my gosh. I hope you liked the video. If you haven't, subscribe on the way out. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. You never know. We accept all kinds here. Oh my gosh. I bid you adieu. Thanks for watching. Tidy bye, everybody.